Oh yeah, should we remove the sound from all our cell phones?
Yes, and your cell phones, please, like either airplane mode or like just keep them away from the mics. That's the most important thing. Because otherwise, if a message comes in, it goes. All right.
Okay, you're good. Still kind of white, but it's okay.
Hello, everyone. I'm your white DM. I'm not racist as well. I don't get much sun. That's what I'm trying to say, according to the tech guys or everyone. Yeah. Hello, everyone. My name is Daniel. I'm Don Chap, your DM for season 2 on both groups. This is group 2. Are you excited, guys?
Yes. Very excited.
Amazing. Cool. All right. This group has been from group 3 in season 1. If you want to follow up on some of their story, we have familiar faces such as Odd, Ennis, and Merrin and Tlomax, but Thale, who used to play Tlomax, changed character for this season. We'll get introductions shortly. However, first to our sponsors, we'd like to thank the Dungeons... Temple and Dungeons? How was it? Yeah. Temples and Dragons, right. So, Temples and Dragons for providing us with this lovely space here.
Just say it again.
Okay. We're gonna quickly mention our sponsors. We'd like to thank Temple and Dragons for this lovely space here. What do you guys think? Finally in person.
Hey.
And also Miniature Corner Studio for the 3D printing. This is one of the items that they gave me.
Ooh, nice.
Which is basically where I hold my dice. In specific, guys, if it ever matters to any of you, I'm using my blood dice today.
Ooh, let's hope it's not our blood.
Yeah. I do not plan a TPK, don't worry. So, I'm just going to go around really quickly, starting from here, and we'll move clockwise to introduce yourselves.
I am Ennis, a disgraced dwarf fighter, noble, and military captain, working to avenge his brother's death and seeking to free his family from rival clan Suranat.
That's very true.
I am Odd, the tiefling who's trying to recover 10 missing years from his life. Once an uncharismatic bard, now gone rogue, trying to save his family from danger, who don't want to be saved.
I am Aukau Etil, moonchild, Katloa Manamolia. I am a Goliath barbarian druid. I have left my people in the mountain in order to find what I need to save them from a greater menace.
I am Thorfen Runsander. I am dwarf from the mountains, paladin of the Watchers. I am currently in a quest searching for remnants from the Watchers Guild, which seems to have dissipated due to the Mortos and the clan he's working with. See what's happening with that.
Sure.
My name is Rowan Henrik IV. I am the son of a noble down in Westgate who has joined the city guard and made his way north to help out along the way, and I have been pulled into what can only be described as utter shenanigans thanks to these lot.
We'll get to that in a minute.
I am playing Cracked, a warforged on the run, trying to keep himself hidden from a past that he fears is hunting him down. He's traveled a long way. He's barely keeping his body as one solid thing. Things keep falling off. And he's just trying to get by and do the work that he was promised that he would get.
I'm Merrin, human wizard, previously on a quest to become a great illusionist, but now on a quest to bring down Morthos and his plan.
So a lot of our players have mentioned the name Morthos. Now this is interesting. Morthos was introduced in a backstory by none other than
Jake.
Jake, give the audience a bit of, I mean, we've seen Morthos in season 1, but those of you who are just watching need to know who Morthos is. Who is this Morthos?
Morthos basically had visited Odd a long ways back, and he did some really weird stuff basically he did this kind of ritual, and it awakened something inside of Odd. Odd ended up murdering this guy, and that was basically when. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Can we redo this part?
No, sure. I mean, it's being recorded. Don't worry.
Yeah, because I literally forgot some of the parts.
No, it's okay. No worries.
Can I just like?
If you need me to fill in any, I remember it quite well.
Yeah, maybe you could continue.
All right, sure. I'll continue where you left off. Let's keep this as natural as possible.
Yeah.
So basically, what happened is you used to work with the circus, no, or something like that. You consider them as your family, and this tiefling of sorts came over and. He introduced himself as Mortos, I believe, at some point during your small discussion, but it was really brief as he handed you a dagger and you've heard something in the back of your head, and the next thing you know, massacre, blood all over you. And Mortos was one of the people who apparently you slaughtered, but only until you guys went to Brokewood and heard about Mortos being there, which freaked you out in season 1.
Yeah.
And what happened in season 1? Mortos gave a lot of information.
Well, the ending was fun.
That's very true. Speaking of the ending, let's just really quickly recap where we left off from our session 0. This is not public knowledge, so we just have to go over it really quickly. What happened is you three, so Ennis, Odd, and Merrin, were traveling for 30 something days. How much?
You said 3 months, 90 days.
months?
Yeah, a couple.
Yeah,
couple
so
months.
it's equivalent to around 3 months in our time and some days. So, and Tlomax, close to the sea, close to the calling of his god, decided to leave the party and follow his cause because he had nothing to do with the rest of the party at this point.
With the guild gone, there wasn't really much left, so with the sea there, he just left.
Very true. And the next thing you know, you guys have found what they call themselves, the original Watchers.
Watchers, yes.
Who you've met Cracked as well, who was looking for parts
In the junk heap.
in the junk heap, who was promised a job by none other than, I believe, Thorfen. You
Yes.
promised him the job.
Yeah, he was there. He should be there to help us search for the Watchers, but nothing came out of it yet.
Yet.
Seems.
Very true. And the next thing, you end up teleporting into what was supposed to be a city of Bridgevale, which you found was mostly destroyed due to a natural earthquake, or some say not so natural. What happened here, Rowan?
A nice, tall, kind of well-meaning guy accidentally set off a little rock and it rumbled and it got bigger and then suddenly, boom, a town no longer exists. I don't hold it against him at all. No. But yeah, so unfortunately accidents happen. This did destroy a town, but he did kind of help in the rescue efforts and getting some work fixed up, so a little bit of column A, a little bit of column B in the calmer side of life.
I mean, he came out apologetic at first because
Yeah,
But I mean,
I think telling the people in charge of cleaning up your mess that it was your mess when they didn't know it was your mess is probably not a good idea out the gate. But
He
he
meant well.
picked that option.
He meant well.
He took a calculated risk. But man, is he bad at math.
According to your stats, intelligence is not exactly.
Yeah, my
what you
intelligence
reported.
is not great.
I mean, the guys at home are saying this.
Yeah.
But what's your version of the story? What happened? I mean,
Well,
so we're saying prior to the city, that you found that was kind of destroyed through the earthquake. What really happened? What's going on?
Well, I was looking for something, and I have heard that it may have been in one of these caves next to the mountains, and one thing leads to another, and well, shit happens.
Quite literally in this case.
Yes, yes.
All right, so you guys introduced yourselves. You guys helped out. You did have the Norn's Alliance, the Spears of Norn in specific, I should say. that came to try to rescue this little town city situation, but no, Rowan would not have any of it.
Nah, we're better than them.
Very
My
true.
boys are better than them.
You excavated a section which was an orphanage. Unfortunately, a lot of children died under the rubble. So don't hold it against him, guys. You know, it's just an accident. I mean, there were a lot more people that was in this tragedy. You know. So moving forward, and the night, Rowan was asked to go to bed.
Yes.
And Moonchild, you decided to take the party away, grow a massive tree of some sort to have a little meeting, yeah?
Yes, and we were discussing what was going to be our next move. Until from the top of this tree that was just outside the walls of the city, we've seen a little bit of issues coming around. Yeah, coming around the area where the tent of our friend was.
So to translate, they stuffed me with all the paperwork, went to go have a party, and I got in trouble.
All right. So what was the next plan? Let's focus on that for a second, right? So we're gonna be leaving Rowan just in the dark for a moment. You guys, what was the discussion? What's the plan here?
The main focus of that conversation, if I probably recall, was that Auka was interested in understanding more about the guild that you all were part of, because he was actually looking for the guild, because the guild may have what he's looking for, which is a book. Now, while we were discussing that, you were saying that maybe we should talk with the dwarves, as they were like the original part of the, like, let's say the foundation from where the guild sprout. And right in the middle of the conversation, we've seen a bit of a rumble.
And that's where we're gonna continue today. So let me just go over my notes really quickly. Make sure I'm not missing anything. Alright, so heading straight into it. Rowan, you've been asked to get out of your tent immediately. They handcuff you in the back, drag you over to what is supposedly to be your guest's tent, and over there lies a decapitated head on a spike in the ground. Now, we're talking basically from the ground, which is the table up, it will be around this high, so it's not that high, and the head is just mounted on. And there's several guards of your party that has kind of kicked you down, made you look at it, and there is also a note on this this individual's, well, no longer an individual, this head's that reads, "We're coming for you." When are you guys doing? Like, do you get out of the situation, go rush in?
Yes, I used the word to reduce the tree again into just a staff, and we started rushing towards our new mad companion.
All right. Anyone wants to do something, Mayor?
Hanging back.
Hanging back.
Just watching what's happening, following, but trying to figure out what's going on.
All right. So you all kind of rush towards where supposedly your tent is going to be. You see Rowan on his knees, and Rowan, what are you doing? They're kind of, it's like, what? They're asking you, can you explain this?
No, I thought you were...
They were entrusted with you. What's going on? Are they dangerous?
They're not even here. They left outside of town. Like, what do you want me to do? They weren't here.
Stay still, Rowan. We don't want any trouble. You have a lot of explaining to do. They grab you, they hold you up, and they immediately kind of gesture towards a wagon which has a makeshift cage, and they launch you onto it. And
Not the naughty wagon. Get me out of the naughty wagon. I don't deserve to be in the naughty wagon.
you guys see this as you arrive, as they close the thing. There they are! Arrest them!
For what?
Can you explain this? Immediately the guards surround all of you and are starting to handcuff you one by one.
Explain what?
This, you immediately see the head on this small stick with a message. on his head, and you recognize the head. 1, 2, 3. You recognize the head. You also recognize the head.
What?
Where's the rest of him? No.
Who is it?
Ishmael.
No?
No.
No?
Oh. Okay.
The quartermaster.
This is the quartermaster.
Damn.
Red boy, what is happening? Why are they taking us?
I think it's because we're new and we're eclectic, maybe a bit
Well,
weird. Looking. Suspicion against us.
They're kind of afraid to approach you after the incident. They're trying to see how they're going to handcuff you. The bravest of them was like, look, we can either handcuff you or you could follow us willingly. It's your choice. They started loading you guys up into the wagon and started getting really crowded in there.
So, I'd like to speak. I can promise you, we had nothing to do with this.
It's in front of your tent.
Okay, that person, we worked for them, we wouldn't kill them.
That's making this better.
Yeah, we need
Also,
him.
the location of the head is circumstantial. For what reason would you automatically assume that
He just gave up that he knows him. You worked for him apparently.
Okay, it was I, that human wizard over there, and the tiefling here. The rest of the people never, I'm far as I'm aware, never met him. So they wouldn't have any motive for killing him.
Yeah. Well, I know him. He's an old friend.
Guys,
Well, are you all gonna just?
So you're all being
let
loaded
them
up at this
take
point. Most of you are already in here. While you're talking, you are kind of lifted up, manhandled into.
Why would you assume that we killed him, and this is not that, and not someone killed this person as a main to threaten us?
Well, we have to investigate that, don't we now? As he kind of closes the iron gates of the wagon. He's still looking at you as like, big boy, you have a couple of spears looking at you right now. What are you gonna do?
I'm going to look around myself, and I'm going to tell them we were not even in the city. How did we kill this man? I mean, we could have very much have killed these men. We are all very strong, but we did not do that.
Well, look,
We are outside.
I'm not saying you did it, because clearly this happened when you weren't here. But this is a message towards you guys, and it's very clear that we need answers. Now, he's been too friendly towards you guys and accepted you in his little circle tonight. So, no, Rowan, whatever you say will be held against you in front of your father. Just
Your
say.
mother's titties.
You mean the guy with the daddy issue?
Well, if you want to call it that, yes.
No, he
I know
was
where you live.
very nice.
I know you know where I live, Rowan.
Yeah, we're neighbours.
We're neighbours. I'm not sitting in a cell next to you, thank you.
It's not a cell, it's the naughty wagon, and you live in this fucking place.
Good giant.
I do need that dwarf that you just put into the cage.
Okay.
He knows where I have to go.
And then in that case, you're gonna have to follow us, or you're gonna try to fit in. As you kind of look at them, they're all kind of squeezed together. You going in is a
I'm
bad
kinda
idea.
8
Cracked
feet
is
tall,
kind of
so-
looking already like he's trying to hold himself together.
Well, I guess I will follow.
Okay, very good. So
Thank you for your kindness.
Yeah, I assume we don't have really a choice about it. I mean,
Well.
So to compress time here, you guys are traveling. They don't really answer to any of your gestures, any of your insults. So they're just traveling all the way back to Westgate.
How long is this trip?
And this is a very long travel. This is going to take a couple of days. So I just want to understand, what is your discussion in the meantime? They give you rations, but it's barely anything to hold you kind of, prepped up. You do feel weak,
Sorry. I have two things that I feel we should open the conversation with. First of all, have you guys never learned not to say anything without a lawyer? Or is that like a noble thing where you just keep quiet until someone can help? Is that new for you guys, or do you just routinely say that you know the dead guy.
Query.
Yes.
Definition of lawyer, please.
Someone who gets you out of trouble.
That would have been useful.
Yeah! And by rights, we should have got one. And not said anything until, we met him or her.
I'm pretty sure insulting them isn't helping either.
I grew up with the guy. It's not really an insult.
That is fair. I also insult all my friends in my tribe.
But yeah, second of all, you knew the dead guy.
Okay, just because you know a dead person doesn't mean anything.
No, generally it doesn't. But at the same time, when new people come into town and then dead guy shows up and new people knew dead guy,
We do know a lot.
There's causation and correlation. Sometimes they count together.
Not really. Not in that case, at least.
I think in this case, if you guys hadn't shown up, the dead guy wouldn't have shown up.
But that doesn't mean we killed him.
I'm not saying it does. I'm just asking how you know him.
We worked for him, I already said.
Doing what?
He was the quartermaster of the Watchers. Do you know what the Watchers are?
Okay. So he was important.
Yes.
And he's now dead.
Yes.
And I'm gonna go on a limb and say you were probably the last people to see him alive?
Well, we don't know that. We haven't seen him in a long while.
How
Very
long is a
killed him.
long while?
Well,
Well,
I
technically,
think
the
3
red boy
months.
is right.
90 days. No? We haven't seen him we haven't seen him at least 90 days. Longer than that.
That's a long time frame. Someone could have killed him during that time frame.
Technically, the red boy is right. He said the last person that
Yeah.
saw him.
This is the one who killed him, not us.
You'd make a good lawyer. You'd make a good lawyer. I could see you being popular. Okay, so what kind of jobs did you do for him?
He's trying to help us bring down a cult.
Okay. Rebellion.
What kind of cult?
Bad kind. Very
Well,
bad.
is there any good kind?
The government?
I haven't met any good kinds yet, but maybe.
What is this cult about? What do they do? Why are they bad?
Where to begin?
Well,
They like to-
long trip, so
Yeah, it's true. Well,
oh, by the way, have some of this. And after the first day of traveling, I would change one of my spells to good berries, seeing that they're not well fed. So I will just make 10 berries appear in my hand. Just give them one each.
The guys don't notice that you do this. You know, the guards that are helping you travel to the place.
And I give them one berry each and say, this doesn't look like much, but it will sustain you during the travel.
thanks.
It will be enough for you to be well fed and not be too weak. I mean, you are already pretty weak, but...
crap, do you even need food?
This unit has never eaten before, so I do not believe so.
Metal boy, that
I
is
have
very good
questions,
for you.
but I don't know.
Eat it.
Should he? Oh god. I hope one of you guys is good with tools.
I can prepare a bit. I've been bashing a
I've
bit.
seen your version of repair. It leaves more dents than it fixes.
How you feeling?
Do you feel the taste? It usually tastes very good.
No.
So you cannot feel anything.
There is something in my mouth.
That's what she said.
If we didn't have the threat of being killed over us, this would be quite a funny situation.
Well, I don't have any threat on my head, so this is a quite funny situation.
Oh, trust me, there'll be people who could deal with you where we're going. Oh boy. Someone keep an eye on him.
I just pull out a water flask and try to wash.
Whatever the berry kind of made the mess in there. So they it's getting really late. It's dark. They set up camp on the side of the road. Made a small fire. They will keep you still in there, in the cage. They light the fire close to the wagon, not too close that the wagon might catch fire for any incident, but to keep you warm. However, you do hear them talk between themselves, and one of them saying, "Now, I heard Rowan got a message to see his father, but it might not be his father who sent the message. Really? Yeah, I took the paper out last time, just before we, rode off. What does it say? Well, nothing special, I mean, but it's kind of like a 2-on-1. He has to go see him now. He's being requested to be seen, so it might be a 2-on-1 mission, and we might actually be recognized for this. All right, you're hearing all of this. Can you all give me a perception check to see if you can hear the discussion? Anyone above 12?
Yeah.
13.
12?
18.
That's what was a good
12 and above?
14.
Yeah.
Do you want me to roll as well?
23.
No, you're right there. Sorry?
23 total.
23 for you is just clear as day. You're just
6.
bars right in your face.
Talking right next to you.
everything. So they kind of die down the conversation when they kind of realize you're just kind of staring at them, I guess, at this
Do
point.
not be worried. And I stare into their soul. You should not be afraid of me.
Let's just call it night. It's a long travel, We're almost there. Just, most of the day tomorrow. And they put out the fire. And they sit around.
While they're resting, since I don't need to sleep, would I be able to cast Arcane Eye to keep an eye on on our guards?
Of course.
See if I can overhear anything.
Sure. Nothing is going to waste, to be honest, but for the sake of roleplaying, just in case.
During the night, after hearing this conversation, I will approach the carriage that is taking them to Rowan father, apparently. And I will kind of poke him if he's... Are you awake or asleep? Yeah.
It's you. Well,
Rowan,
yes.
I have heard something.
Mm-hmm.
The guards are saying that perhaps the letter... Are you listening to me?
I'm listening. I'm trying to wake up.
I cannot shout. They're going to hear
I'm
us.
listening. I'm listening.
One of the guards is saying that perhaps the letter was not written by your father.
It wasn't. But that's not uncommon for him.
It seems like there is a... How do you say this in common? There is a double meaning behind this letter. Maybe it's a trap. I mean, a trap for you, but you are taking all of us with you, somehow. Not by your own will.
Yeah, you know that aspect. Yeah, he didn't write it, but it wouldn't be the first time I said that I'd received a letter from him that wasn't written by him. So he deals with weird things sometimes, so it could be a trap. Or he could have just been too busy and had his assistant write it. It's hard to tell with my dad.
Well, but they are saying that is not written by him. That does not worry you a little bit, at least.
I'd say 30% worried. Like I said, he's a busy man. He's had letters written for him before and sent them off to his family. So it wouldn't have been the first time I've received a letter from him, and it's like that. I mean, the fact I only just got to Bridgevale like 2 days ago, and then being called back, that's weird. That's a bit worrying. But it could be something up, and if they seem to think it's something up. But I'm not worried about my dad. He can handle himself. He's a man. He's a grown man. He's a big boy.
Can you handle yourself?
I like to think so when I've had enough sleep.
And I look at the rest of the people inside the cart while he's saying this, and I say, "Do you want me to help you escape?" Right, boy. Right, boy. Psst, psst.
What?
It's okay. You deserve to be there.
Escaping's a good thought, but we've got to go visit my dad anyway. At least this way we technically get free food. And we don't have to walk. Well, most of us don't have to walk.
I do not mind walking.
You look like you enjoyed it.
Well, my people walk their entire life. We do not build like your people do.
Fair enough.
We just travel all the time.
No, that's cool. That's cool.
We have
Traveling
road.
can be fun.
Road is very easy to walk, so
I mean, I was on a horse when I came. A little bit of walking, but yeah, I get what you mean.
everybody else is sleeping.
I am immobile but conscious.
Oh, you do not sleep.
No.
Never sleep.
No.
Do you even need to sleep?
No.
I like
So
this
what do you
method,
do?
boy.
I think, I consider, lately feel.
Huh. You ever wished upon a star?
What is the purpose of such?
Well, people like to wish upon a star to get something that they want, or that they dream for, or that they long for, or they urge for.
I wish for a thumb.
Did you lose the thumb already? The one that you got?
No, it's still there, but it's just the end
The
of the
actual
screwdriver.
thumb.
We'll get you a proper thumb. Don't worry. We'll,
Sounds nice.
So I'm just gonna compress a bit of time here, unless you guys want to do anything in specific. The ride carries on. You guys, I don't know if you've continued any further discussion about this on your way. Once again, you're on the road as you're approaching a very large city, and there's another city towards your left, basically, and you're heading to the one across, basically. Unless you guys are gonna do anything, I'm just gonna compress time further, and you basically have now ridden into the city, and people are looking at you. Some are like, "Oh, Rowan, really? What? In a cage?" You know. So
paint a picture. Will last longer. Hi, Mary.
you approach into the center of the city, the castle of where your father and your sister and so on reside. And two guards immediately come down from there, order the rest to unlock the gate, and slowly bring you down one by one. The minute they see odds, they're a bit taken aback, and then even more so when they realize there's a giant next to everyone. Dwarves, you're being mistreated. You're kind of like, as you kind of get down, they kind of kick you in the behind, just keep you moving. And the warforge has all of a sudden, like, they kind of stop the warforge. So you cracked, as two other guys quickly run back in and run back out, and they bring out these two magical rods, and you can see electricity running between the two forks. It's like, take it easy, warforge. You're not the best kind to be around here at the moment. As they kind of all lead you in. You pass through corridors and such. Can you describe what the inside of your old home used to look like, or now looks like at least?
It's very grandiose. The high arches, high ceilings. There's portraits of great grandmothers, grandfathers. The kind that feels like they're following you as you walk along. They give any sane 2-year-old a nightmare. Gilded candlesticks. There's corridors leading off into staterooms, ballrooms. It's very kind of think King Arthur-esque in that sense. It's just way too much space for the small family of 5 that live there. Servants doing their job, managing to stay out of eyesight, but still being able to do it so that you can tell that there's help there. You just can't see it. That kind of epitome of well-trained help is always there, always doing, but you can never see or hear them, sort of thing. Except one butler who is sort of the head butler. He just seems to be everywhere. He's the one that everyone goes to, and he's just calling the shots, everything like that. Very well respected and stuff like that. To the point where even the guards take no shit from.
What's the butler's name?
Reginald. Of course.
Why not Alfred?
No. Reginald Peterbottom.
Bridgevale. So you guys stand outside what you know is to be the courtroom. The dwarves, once again, you kind of stopped roughly by the top of your shirts. Giant, easy does it, boy.
Do not mistreat dwarves.
Kind of like, you don't tell us what we do here, as you get a spear getting closer to your face.
I am just fixated on those rods.
You have 2 of them on either side, literally very close to your shoulders. They're trying hard not to touch you, but they will at any point touch you if you even make the slightest of movement that looks so off to them.
Okay, there's a very clear rattle coming out of me.
Okay.
I stand as close to Cracked as I can and walk alongside him.
As one of the guards walk in and close the throne room door, you can hear him kind of addressing the king inside. It's muffled, but you can assume that he's introducing the fact that you've been captured, along with your new companions, it seems, that you've made overnight, and explains the incident. The throne room doors fly open as a hooded figure comes out, and as he raises his head, you notice that he kind of quickly looks back down. You recognize him. 1, 2, 3. So we're talking Ennis, Aunt, and Merrin, as the last person who spoke to you at the Watcher's place, giving you a chance to join his Dark Lord's army. No mortals. You remember
servants.
One of the servants, yeah. As he passes you back down, and he doesn't utter a word, he keeps walking out. One of the guards kind of assigns to him later down the corridor, as you kind of, if you've been looking down, one of the guards kind of make way with him just to show him out. You hear the king echo from inside. It's like, please, come in. Guards, I'll check on my son. As they kind of release the chains from your wrists. The warforge stays at the door, though.
On the inside of this room.
Of course.
Thank you.
Son, you've missed what I've hopefully your sister had told you that I need you to be here. That was a very important treaty we could get our hands on. I've not made any promises yet. Nothing has been signed or sigiled on. But I want to talk to you over a nice lunch today.
No, sweet.
We'll get to that in a moment. I need an explanation from your friends as to why there was a head in front of the much given out of charity tent for you guys. What is going on?
I'm sorry. Who were you just talking to?
That is our, well, one of many people of the faith, let's call them like that. His church has a proposal for us, but it's none of your business, I would say. I'm more interested in you answering my questions. What is it with the threat at your tent?
Oh, so you understand it's a threat?
Oh, of course. I mean, if a head with a note like that was represented in front of my door, there would be war.
Okay.
But you're peasants, and
Oh,
that means
peasant.
peasants. I see many of you. And you don't quite smell lovely either, I realized.
Being locked in a wagon for a few days does that to you.
That's not an excuse. We were meeting the king. We could have done something.
Well,
Can
we
I go have a
didn't,
shower?
We weren't given the chance
Yep.
to clean up.
we didn't know yet that your father was the king. You kinda skipped on that detail.
Did I know? I thought I mentioned.
Anyway. So, you know who the Watchers are?
We've heard of the Watchers. We don't know who they are or what they do. No one does.
Okay, so,
Why is a dwarf talking to me? Why aren't you talking to me? You and I, we are come from many descendants, I mean, why this piece of filth from the east is talking to me?
He speaks for me.
He speaks for you.
He does.
What's the matter, dear? What's the matter? Because you're female and he's male. Is that the issue? Trust me, I'm an equalist.
That's not what.
Sure.
If you want to hear more about the Watchers, he will tell you.
He kind of relaxes on his throne, kind of throws his robe and says, if I must, tell me, bearded one.
so, as the Watchers, we were investigating certain activity related to dark magic.
Dark magic.
Yes. Oh. We believe it's dark magic. What we do know so far and is that it involves it's the reason why certain monsters are being created.
Okay, dark magics, monsters. Carry on.
And we know very well that the Withering cult is involved.
The sorry, what cult?
Well,
Something
Yeah,
about
go on.
flowers.
the Withering cult.
That's what I'm thinking, Rowan. Exactly my thoughts.
Something about flowers.
Okay, so Rowan, you've come from our family bloodline. Unfortunately, you've not inherited our talents, but nevertheless, you've still done your studies. What do we know about black magic? Is it really black magic? Dark magic? Sorry, was it dark magic or black? You gave me
I'm
the-
not a mage. I think I'm not a mage. For me, they're the same thing.
Okay, Rowan, you've done your studies. I mean, what do we know?
Very similar, no major differences.
What did I tell you about mumbling? I don't like it. Speak up, boy. You're my son. Make me look proud.
They are very similar in the way that they can twist things, but they
Black magic and dark magic, or whatever you want to call it, is only non-existent. Simply because magic is magic. It's just the way you use it. I could bring someone to life. I could bring the holiest person on earth alive. and that would be called necromancy, and people would shun on it. But if I brought out a very good person back to life and he comes back, oh, the joy. Bring back some weird, crazy, murdering hobo from, the east, and all of a sudden you're the bad guy. You understand where I'm going with this?
And what is it when you take a person and turn them into a tentacled horror?
Thursday night.
Alright. I've heard enough from the dwarf. Goliath, maybe you can reason. I've been told you're a druid. Druids are respected throughout the land. Please make your case.
Well, King, I really have no reason for being here. If not that I am interested in some of these people.
How so?
Well,
You don't even know.
it is complicated.
It's not that complicated. It's simple as you are with these people. That head was in front of the tent you're sharing with them. Are you implicated unjustly? Should we not let you in the strong room and let you roll free?
I am here by my own choice, because your men were too coward to shackle me.
Have you seen the size of you? Of course, I
What?
would be. I'll be trembling trying to put cuffs on you. I don't think we have sizes for your.
It is possible.
And plus, I don't want to be frowned upon by the Luna's guild or whatever you fantasize about in the center there. Like, I don't want to offend anyone. We don't want to break any more peace treaties as we've done in the past. It's behind us. So please, druids. Let's call you druid from here on forward rather than giant. It's a bit racist. How
it
can
is
we?
very racist.
Yes, I agree. So
Well, I have been looking for something.
looking for something,
Yes.
and these people promise they can give it to you. Have it. What is it? What do
Well,
they have? What is
last
it that they can give that I can't?
last that I have heard, the Guild of the Watchers have the item that I'm looking for. A tome. The Tome of Understanding.
A tome of understanding, and supposedly this fictional guild of the Watchers have it.
Why do you say it is fictional? If I
Because
can,
no, I mean we.
ask
They're, They say they're there, but they're not really there. I mean, it's been whispered and rumored they're around, but they don't do anything. I mean, who had to go fix? Rowan, who had to go fix the whole earthquake situation?
We did.
Exactly. I didn't see any watchers running around going to save the day, So, who issued, the salvation between Blackgate and Dragonguard? Watchers? No. It was actually, unfortunately, not us, but it was the Northern Alliance. This is very dwarf.
The Watchers were. Okay, so.
I have a feeling you're going to educate me with the way you're starting your sentence. I tread carefully. You don't educate a king.
I'm keeping you informed on certain events that you might not be completely aware of. The Watchers were attacked, base assaulted.
Where?
There's what?
Where?
I don't think we're privileged to say. Actually, what?
well, I think at that
That's
point,
very convenient.
if they do not exist anymore, I guess you can.
Well, technically they exist. We're the remaining members of the Watchers.
Ennis, may I interject?
Sure.
Look, have you heard of this place where a tentacle monster just sprouts out of the roof?
No?
Are you sure? Because it's a pretty well known town. What's it called? Aegis? Was that Aegis? What was it called? Remind me.
The
Yes,
port.
City of Ages.
No.
No, but I think what he's referring to, you're trying to go
Martos?
for the.
Yeah, but
Martos' house?
didn't that happen in the port town? It wasn't in Aegis. The place with Brokewood, the library.
Look, are you a threat to my people and my son, or are you not? That's really what I'm concerned about. I'm gonna cut to the chase. If people are coming after you, is my son implicated?
Hope not.
No, I don't want hope. I want reassurance. He is part of my bloodline. Now, why not next in line for the throne? He is still someone I dare care for. Or at least his sister is more than me. But still, I have an obligation.
They seem to be after you as well.
They seem to be after me. Okay.
Because the guy that just left
Yes.
is a part of the cult.
He is not.
He
He
is.
is part of the faith.
Sure.
What is going on these days? Rowan, they're testing my patience. I'm looking towards you. If these are your true new friends or whatever they are now, like, please. This is your moment to say either throw them under the bus or... Sorry, throw them under the wagon. Or I'm going to have to take your word and you're defending them.
They're not a they're not a danger. They're not a danger to me or to anyone else yet. They just want to help.
Okay. So I repeat myself again. I'm getting very frustrated. I don't like to repeat myself. What is with the head?
As I mentioned,
Oh God, the dwarf again.
Well, we
Anyone
do
else,
not.
please?
what's your problem with the dwarves?
I will explain in a moment.
We don't
Well,
know what's up with the head.
You don't know what's up with the head. Thank you.
We
fine.
want to stop the bad guys and make the world a better place. We are definitely not a threat to you or your son.
I will speak to my son alone for this. I'm going to ask you guys to go down. Well, I'm not going to ask you. Guards, just lead them to the dungeon. What else? And they kind of all kind of calm down. There's roughly around 15 guards, 16 on each, kind of spears towards you. The thing is at your neck, and they lead you down into the dungeon, and it's a private conversation now with Rowan and his dad. And we're gonna cut for break here. And we're back, everyone. So you've all been delivered down to the dungeon. You're still with your dads. Situation in the dungeon really quickly is so they issue the dwarfs into one cell, tiefling and the human into another, and the Goliath is put with the the warforge. Sorry. So with the warforge, one thing you do notice, however, in the next cell, there's like 3 warforges, but shut down. One of them is partly dismantled, so they're no longer alive. And that is your situation down in the dungeon as they lock up the final door and they start heading up the stairs. They leave you in this cold place.
Are we into cells or rooms?
You're in cells.
Cells. Did they took our items off? Our equipment?
Ironically, no. They
Okay.
didn't.
I tap the warforge on the shoulder. And
I'm shrinking as far away from that side of the cell as I can.
I am very sorry for your loss. Did you know that?
Data corrupted.
Corrupted.
Corrupted. No. No. No.
What did they got corrupted from?
Not them.
It's his data.
Oh, it is his data. What is data?
Turn him around so he can't see them anymore.
Oh. I take him from the shoulders and I turn him towards the wall.
They remind me I cannot be like that again. Not again.
You were like that? Like that?
For too long. Not again.
Do not worry, I will not let anyone do that to you, metal boy.
He sort of leans into you. Just a bit.
What happened to them?
must tell you what happened to them. And you kind of realize it's dark in the corner. This figure rises and takes off his cloak. He's human. Bald from the top head, however, he has long white hair and kind of a shabby beard as he's starting to turn. You can see his eyes gouged out and a couple of scars. This figure, what's left of his face, anyways. They didn't do the job for the king. That's what. They turned purple and attacked the king, and that's what you get. So yes, he's not quite fond of your kind.
Why would they attack the king?
As I said, they turned purple.
What do you mean turned purple?
Well, you see your friend here? What colors are his eyes?
Orange.
Exactly. They changed. Purplish. And that's when things got a bit crazy. There's all three of them. And the reason why he sets your kind in a different cell is because they won't help him to figure out what was wrong with this.
Who are you?
Me?
Why are you down here?
I'm set to be executed at some point in summer, but till then, I remain here. Either saved or die.
Why summer?
I don't know. King fancies summer to executions, I guess.
What is your name, if may ask?
Well, what they used to call me is Sir Ragged. I'm now known as One-Eyed Bill. Of course, guards mock me.
And why would you be executed? What did you do? Did you try to kill the king as well?
Oh no, nothing of the sort. Actually, my son is supposed to be marrying one of his daughters. And I refused. Unfortunately, no father to get in the way of giving blessings. It seems, first they do this and then they do this, issuing to his misgivings. And then eventually, father is technically dead. So, no father, no blessing. Son gets to accept in fear. But I'm guessing this would, coming to think of it, young woman, I guess is why summer, because the wedding is very, very, very soon. Very soon.
Why don't you just give your blessing if you're gonna die,
As if. Have you met the guy?
Yeah, he's an asshole.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Not exactly the person I would really entrust my daughters and sons to. So him integrating with the dwarf haven family? No.
You won't be able to take care of your daughter if you're dead.
Well, clearly the king can do anything he wants, as long as you step into his kingdom. His daughters aren't like that, though. They come. They feed me well here. Not the guards, the daughter. At least there's some hope, some respect left. If I knew any better, Westgate would do well with such a succession. But I don't think the king would die anytime soon.
How are you feeling, Metal Boy?
No change.
Good. Keep it that way. We don't want to turn you purple. I don't know what his triggers are, but we don't want him to turn purple.
Could you maybe get a thumb for him for later?
Well, that cell, it's a bit too far away even for my long
I
arms.
bring up Mage Hand, and I'm going to try and see if I can extract a thumb or something that looks like a thumb, and I want to try and match it to the color of his arm if I can.
Well, it's metal, so.
As in, like, if there's different kinds of metal, they're made from
I
different
made
things.
it
I try
work,
to,
so there's no real.
well, you know.
Yeah,
You're
you
the
can definitely
fingers
do
thing.
that, sure.
So I extract a thumb,
Yeah.
and then I go and hold it in front of Cracked.
Your wishes worked.
I told you that the stars are very important. Very important part of this whole grand scheme of things.
Wishing upon a star is something that humans do to distract themselves from how powerless they are in the world, and you shouldn't
He
listen
looks
to
too
people
big to
like
be
Rowan.
human. I would say you're human, but he looks too big to be human.
I'm explaining humans to him
Mm.
because he listened to a human who told him something that is completely stupid, like wishing on a star.
Hold on, you're saying there's another one out there from your party?
Well, he's not of our party.
Alright.
We are not even a party.
You see him like grab something from the corner and start nibbling on it until you kind of focus your eyes in the dark of what he's going. He's eating on a dead rat. What? Don't judge. You get used to it.
Give me just one moment. I can give you perhaps something better than that.
From in here, behind that door.
From anywhere.
What?
And I open my hands and I cast good berries again. And I offer
He
him
drops the thing and
The
he
berries.
just goes and just, you know, you just see a splatter on his face as he. Lord,
well,
what? How did you do that?
you will
He kind of shakes the bar. Answer more.
you will feel a little bit in a moment. You will feel very congested down there.
Here's more. That tastes good.
Those 10 can feed 10 people. You eat it all of them on your own.
You know how long I've been locked up here, eating for 10 people sounds great.
Well, I guess I'm going to cast good berry again, and I'm going to offer it to him.
Yes. And he realizes what you mean because he sits down like he starts rubbing his belly. He's like, oh, I've not felt like that since. Oh, good Lord. Whew. You made an old man happy today.
I am glad I could be of service. Perhaps you could give us some more information about this place. If perhaps you want to leave this place.
Leave? If you think I knew how to leave, you think I didn't get out of here already? West Gate. Open to everyone. Locks everyone indoors if they can. Not exactly the best place to be, but, you know, it's old school, you know. I mean, we heard stories all about the South. You know, Athrazel, now in flames. I guess these guys still run by that tradition. Hence why, I tell you, we had problems with the East.
Why does everybody have problem with the East?
No, I'll tell you why everyone has a problem with the East. Because Easts were the original Northerners here until the settlers took over. Most of us were human. And that's when the peace treaty gone kind of wonky, and you know, Luna and her set of druids raised the great Elden Reaches, the Green Valley as we call it, away from the King's Land, and separates forcefully a peace treaty between us and your kind and that kind. You know, however, Tin Man, no. You were made from our hands. Funny you think.
Why everyone seems to be so... You know, when my people meet your people in the mountain, we like each other a lot. Here, all these people, they really don't like each other. They do not live well together.
Seems to be something from the human side.
There's a history.
Yeah.
It's not pleasant.
Yeah, the king was not very happy with the two of you.
It seems like he said that his issue with us is due to these.
Well, that's
automatons.
his excuse, isn't it? But really and truly, he's one of the descendants from the original Southerners. That's where his true hatred lies. Well, hatred is a strong word. But you get what I mean. Dislike to your kind.
So what happened is that your people was in from the south and they came here when they could not live there anymore, and we all know why.
Great answer. We're talking about 2,000 years.
And then you started not liking the people that was already here,
No,
which was us.
They decided to invade, take over, kick us out of our lands, and if when not kicking out of our lands, ruling over us. So, we did not really like them back.
Well, I guess. Apologies if I ask you all this question, but our people, you may know, we do not care much about the lowlanders. We live on our own in the mountains. I did not know that you all hated each other so much. I understand why. You are all very dislikable.
You hear the door open.
Okay, Jack. Sure.
And you hear the door open and footsteps coming down. Rowan, you've just finished talking to your father.
It's okay, it's done. Deep breath. Hey guys! Oh, they put you in the. Oh, that's where they went. I thought we'd deeper in. I'm so sorry. Richard, could you get me a top or something, please?
You're on your own.
Fuck you, Richard.
Fuck you too.
I never liked you anyway. Alright then, so I've had a word with Father Dearest. Like most times I have a word with him, I don't think I've convinced him of anything. But if you guys agree to behave, especially you, I know you will, you guys can get out of the creepy, damp area you're in now and have a proper rooms.
Are we alone? Is it just him, or is there some?
There is a guard on the top, but he's a bit far from earshot. As you saw, Rowan had to shout to kind of get his attention.
I don't like your dad. I'm sorry.
I would say my relationship with him is also best described as complicated. He's an asshole. I know. He says shit. It does shit.
It's power, I think.
I think so, but we're a weird family.
You don't fucking say.
Oh.
Have you met One-Eyed Bill?
One-Eyed Bill? What? No. What?
Sir Ragged.
Oh, don't worry. They really messed me up. That's
Oh,
why you
shit,
probably
Sir
don't
Ragged
recognize me.
Oh shit! Hi.
Hi, Rowan.
What happened? When? What?
Apparently not giving your son up for marrying your sister. That's what gets you.
Oh, wow! No.
Yeah.
Wait, then that means that.
Yeah.
Pupils. Oh God.
Uh-huh.
No wonder they left. So, how long have you been in here?
I don't know.
Is
Too long to
is that a
tell.
half-eaten dead rat?
I can give you the rest of the bones of the ones I have eaten in here.
No, that's fine.
I mean, unless you want to share the half-eaten dead rat.
No. You to be honest, Sir Ray, you shouldn't be eating rats, alive or dead. To be honest.
Look, I either get executed in summer or I die from whatever these guys are carrying on them these days.
I mean,
Either way, it's death for me, boy. Don't worry about me.
no, I like you. You were good to me. You were one of the
I
nice
know.
ones.
I know.
I'll sort you out some way.
Really? How?
Yes, don't worry.
Can't. No way you're gonna convince your dad.
I have. There's something he's wanted me to do for a while that I can probably use. I think. If I can't get you out, I'll make sure you're rich person prison. You know, like a prison of your stature deserves, where they at least feed you properly. Also, you might want to hide the bowls from my sisters a bit better, because that's also why the guards have been annoyed at you.
I mean, they are showing a little bit. I didn't want to.
It's the bedding needs to be a little bit more over it.
It's kind of dark in here. I'm just saying.
It is, but
Also, it doesn't have one. I don't know if you noticed, Rowan, but
Kind of just lays down on his bedding.
we'll sort you out. So you guys. Oh God, that does not sound comfortable. It doesn't sound comfortable.
It ain't, Rowan. It ain't. Anyways, sorry to interrupt.
It's fine. Well, you guys want out?
Yes.
Yes, please.
Thought so? Alright. I've got the keys upstairs. 3 seconds. I'm
Can
gonna
I
go
try
back
to
upstairs.
pick the lock while he's going?
Yeah, I'm gonna go upstairs and
try and
try and get the
embed
keys.
bars.
9 plus. What's my proficiency? It's 12.
12 unlocks it. These things are old.
Richard, give me the keys.
Misty, step out.
Rowan
I wasn't doing it.
kind of looks in disbelief from where he's kind of lying. It's like, so you guys could kind of get yourselves out whenever you wanted to,
Yeah.
like for real.
I could get you out later too if you want.
And what? Come live with you guys? Rowan, you come down to see.
Right, so this key.
Oops.
Whatever.
Well, you can still open our yes.
The ones that are still like that
I
still
didn't
need
want
help
to
getting
break
out.
the-
Oh, fuck it. Oh no, I lost the keys. I'm just gonna like chuck them over my shoulder near Sir Ragged's cage. Just like, oh no, it's so clumsy. It's so dark down here. Right, who's hungry?
I want to go over to the cage that has the warforged in it, and look at the one that's already partially dismantled and see if I can scavenge some bits and pieces.
Yeah, sure. Well, the head's still intact. Torso still intact. You have part of like an arm and a whole left foot.
Things that I can carry out that are small, so wires and bits and pieces, the stuff on the floor I can.
Sure, yeah, you can
grab some
definitely. It's
stuff.
gonna take some time to get through this though. So sitting in here on your own, or what are you gonna do?
No, I will
I'll
follow
help.
them.
No, we'll wait.
Yeah,
I'm sure we can wait. Alright, you guys.
While I'm helping, I'm trying to see if there's any kind of weird branding or something that could help.
There is a branding on all 3 of them. Yes. It's basically like a pitchfork, so to speak, as a symbol, embedded in the back of their head, somewhere down here, so to speak. Yeah.
Does it look like it was made when they were created or after?
It looks like it was something that was. Well, you can't tell if it was during or after. I mean, you know, it's kind of embedded into the metal. You know, so there is that marking.
Okay. Yeah, I'll help you.
Thanks.
Okay. So let's have a look what you guys get. Right, not that. So you managed to collect up to 14 pieces worth of small items, be it like the eye, you know, scraps, you know, the certain wiring. You do notice, however, that like one of them in specific, if you were kind of going through all 3, there is this really long, kind of square cut crystal. It's about this high, this long. right? Pointy ends. Have you ever seen like an amethyst?
Mm-hmm.
That kind of hue, purple. It looks a bit burnt out. There's like a small crack in the center if you kind of point it towards the light. So this is one of the 14 items that you've scavenged off.
Alright. Have you ever seen this? Are you sure it
No,
is?
but it's purple.
Mm.
I look over it, and when I build, and then I.
No.
Okay,
do
okay.
do not take that.
Do I feel weird holding it? Like corrupted-ish?
No, nothing specific triggers you, no. You do feel your backpack rattling though.
Okay.
You have an urge that you need that item.
Can I hold it?
Why do you want this?
Just holding it.
No reason.
Yeah.
I know that feeling.
You're alright.
You got some bad juju in you, Terry.
You're alright.
Okay. I'm going to kind of throw it away. Fake throw it away and then slip it in my pocket.
Slide of hand.
Oof.
Well,
Natural 18 plus 9.
Yeah,
27.
as a quick sleight of hand. You're gonna do it in a way that you kind of, with these hands, you flick it down your sleeve, you know, so it disappears out of your hand. Good trick. So,
Can I roll to see if I notice it or?
if you could give me a perception check to see.
Alright. That would be 13 plus 5, so 18. No. No.
Okay, you literally went. Rowan, is it taking you that long to get them out of their cells? Is one of the keys not working for you? What's going on?
No, we just like the cold and the damp.
That's BS. Come on, get out of there.
Come on, guys. We've got dinner waiting.
Oh no, we really like this place so much. Please don't take us away from here. Come on, let's go.
Alright, so
See ya, Bill.
see you,
walk
Rowan.
up at the end, right at the back, just. Oh god. Hey, Richard. I lost your key. Sorry. Just gonna keep walking.
He gives you the finger.
That is the son of the king. You do not do this kind of thing.
We don't answer to. Now keep walking, good druid.
So,
I'm just gonna lead you through. We'll sort of lead you through a nice open courtyard. It's like, so this is my mom's rose garden. She's been away for years, so it's dead. She liked it at least. There's the my sister's side of the castle, and then if you follow me down this way, there's a little outhouse building sort of thing. That's my area. Yeah, I don't live on grounds.
Master?
Yes.
Richmond says
Hey. How are you?
your father's expecting you and your guests at
Yeah.
table.
They've
If
just
you
been in the
please.
dungeons. Can't they get a change of clothes?
He wants them out of his city as soon as possible. That's what I heard.
I know, but you
So
were the
it
one
is
who
feeding
raised
them
me
out of goodwill, Rowan.
to let them go. I
And
know.
to let
All right.
them
So
go.
change of plans. We're gonna go eat now. Just try make yourselves look neat and tidy. I mean,
So your father took all of them here, and now he wants all of them away from the city.
no. He wants you guys.
Follow me.
Coming.
As
Wait a moment. Prestidigitation on everyone. I clean everyone up.
nice. Alright. So you're all looking good. Not sure about the smell still though, but it's good enough. Yeah.
I think it's more for the smell than
You
the
get
looks.
the smell as well. You get
It's
the
like-
smell as well.
It's a bit wash. Yeah, better
Alright.
smell.
He wants you guys gone. I thought we would be able to change clothes or something, and then have to go meet him. Apparently, he wants to see you sooner rather than later. So that's
Quite right, master. Please. sit wherever you please, as long as it is 2 chairs away from the king. Rowan, you're expected obviously on the left-hand side of your father.
As normal.
I sit
Thanks,
as
you
far
guys.
away as possible.
I'm gonna
I prefer to sit as far away as possible from him.
Take my seat. I'll sit next to you.
I'm going to put the cow between myself and as many of the guard as possible.
I'm going to sit as close as possible to the king. Actually, if there is an empty chair next to him, I'm going to sit right next to him.
Good druid. I believe I instructed 2 chairs away. Do you not know how to count? I can instruct you. So this and this chair and that chair next to the king, not allowed.
Who's this one?
This is Richmond, the butler.
Okay.
I need you to sit from this
Tap him on
2
the head.
chairs.
I wouldn't.
And I sit down.
No. You listen.
Good sir.
You listen
Good
to.
sir.
You want to listen to.
I've not offended you, have I? Why touch me in such a manner?
Well, no, that is a way of saluting
That is not the way we salute here.
very small people
No,
like
no.
you.
No. Please be seated.
I am
Before you
seated
are.
already. Sorry, I'm still very tall, but I am seated already.
Right, very good. Away from the king. Yes. And you see 2 guards come and stand on both sides of the back entrance, and you initially see just the king come in, takes his seat at the head of the table. Rowan tells me you are to be trusted, and I take his word for it, as little as that means to me these days. However, good gesture, I'm feeding you, and I'm going to be sending you off out of my city. So please, dig in. There's everything you desire. Fresh herbs, pork, you name it. It's right here. And he already starts kind of carving away at a pork's leg and, bringing a bit of gravy and putting it over a couple of, rosemary and putting it on top and all
Pick
this
up
stuff.
a red loaf and just kind of awkwardly sit there, picking out, watching the rest of them, just like, just eat.
Or just eating as much as he could in the most civil manner he could. He hasn't had a good meal in a while.
Yeah.
Seeing Rowan across the table, I'm going to just imitate him and munch at it empty.
I'm sorry, I still don't fully understand what your kind actually consume, if they consume anything. So, excuse me. I'm really sorry that we can't offer you whatever your kind takes.
I'm going to just spit it out because I can't.
Yes. Okay. Fair enough. So, what are your plans? Where are you heading out once you're out of Westgate?
That is actually a very good question.
Yeah.
And Rowan, would you be joining them? Take a bit of a break, Get a good idea of Kingsland. I think it's a good idea. Unless they're heading with the dwarfs to the east.
Well, I don't know where they're going, but I was thinking of maybe going back to Bridgevale, seeing how they're doing.
No,
meeting
no,
my
Bridgevale's
friends.
being taken care of. I don't need you there.
Okay. Do you need me anywhere? Do you need me?
I just need to make sure that these fine lads
So you
lads.
want me to babysit my friends?
out of Westgate, yes, and make sure they're far away from Westgate to not cause any trouble.
Of course.
I believe my son told me you are the cause for the incident at Bridgevale, yes?
Well,
You're strong.
I am not sure that I was necessarily the cause, but I may have had a role in what happened in the crumbling of the part of the side of the mountain.
Something along those lines is. I mean, very well. But where is?
accidents happen, Dad. grandfather.
Excellent.
Accident.
Listen, for as long as my people who are working at Bridgevale know that it is an act of the gods.
I just kind of deep breath, bite my lips. I'm just like awkwardly nod.
And, which gods do you worship, my king, if I can ask you?
It's a figure of speech. Good druid. Gods, if they ever did exist,
So
or
you
do
not believe
exist.
in,
I mean,
gods.
the concept is quite vague. I mean, we have the people of faith. They tell us about possible afterlife, resurrection, possibly. I mean, after my great grandfather witnessed the destruction of Ethazel. I mean, there's very little faith us humans can have. You know, once we traveled from the south to the north, we are our own gods. We make our own faith. Nothing can disturb this. Now I understand you have a different view on this, and I respect it, and I shall not debate further into religion or faith of the sorts. I let that be. It has a purpose in life where it belongs.
What fates do you have in the city?
Well, we have I don't know, some god of gods. I don't know. It's many, too confusing to remember, too many names. We don't delve in
What about that guy that was talking to you earlier?
that. As I said, he's a member of the faith. Yes, he's preaches about the afterlife here. So something along that at some point at the end of time, your body reconstructs itself from ash and bone, and you're walking again. Oh, good Lord, I'd love to meet my great grandfather. I'd love to hear the stories of Ethazel, if that is possible. How many people have you seen walking on 2 feet after they've been dead long ago?
Well, it is actually very possible. It is something that I have seen done many times. My good king, if I can ask you, you know where we can find these men of the faith, perhaps to have
I
a
would
discussion
tell you.
about his beliefs.
I'm not comfortable with you staying in the city after this meal. I'll be honest. And actually, he kind of starts washing his hands on the side, and it's just done. It's you can find people of the faith in many places. Ages being one of them. I don't know.
Well, I assume we will be escorted out then.
Indeed, yes. I mean, I want to make sure that's, not that I have any problem with my son's word of it, but he won't be coming back to me, so I want to make sure that my men can guarantee that they've seen you out into the horizon on the rest of the King's Land's plains.
Very gladly.
No offense, Druid. As I said, no offense. If you're all done feasting from my tables, I would like to offer you to clean yourselves in the corner there. There's a basin, and feel free to follow the guards who are waiting, as he points at the 2 of them,
Before we leave,
to escort you.
I'm sorry, one last question.
Please.
So, that faith, who knows what they are, it's not important, right?
Not at all.
They offered to get your great grandfather back.
No. This is what they preach, that at the end of all days, so some apocalypse scenario, I guess. Yeah, we all will come back, flesh and bone, all of us. No matter how long ago you died and all that stuff.
Sounds like someone like that would want the apocalypse to come sooner rather than later, right?
Well, he doesn't preach like that. You know, it's one of those be good to be chosen to come back situations. Apparently his god chooses right from wrong, who deserves to come back and who doesn't. A perfect paradise on Earth, whatever.
Sounds kooky,
Doesn't
doesn't it?
Would great grandpappy be picked as one of the ones to come back? Who knows?
Well, you're telling me you're starting to believe in this faith now?
No, I'm just.
Have I led you so astray, son?
No, you just seem very, very, very certain that it was great grandpappy that'd be coming back. Because he was such a good man. Like you're such
I
a
won't
great
take
man.
Rowan, I'm warning you.
I
In
only
front of
care
your
about-
friends, I won't take insults to your family name. You're still carrying the family name.
Not by choice.
I assure you, neither is it by my choice.
Oh, I know, we've been
You're-
over this.
Yes, you're just.
I just came to see Elizabeth and Mary. Really.
Well,
Where are they?
they're busy. One is
Busy.
preparing for a wedding that is happening in a couple of months.
I see I see my invite got lost. Preach about family,
I
don't want your
assumed
son
you
and
were
brothers
going
and
to be
sisters with
busy,
you.
Rowan.
You
Don't get
assumed
old.
I was going to be busy, of course.
Look, it's this kind of behavior in front of your own new friends that.
Do not worry, we are not friends.
I'd met
And
them.
imagine in front of the guests.
I'd met them for 6 hours before your guards threw me in a wagon with them and dragged me back home when I was contemplating it. Well, I was erring on the side of not coming back, but you know, in the end you got what you wanted, didn't you?
Rowan, please, just grab your acquaintances and leave, please. You've broken my heart many times. You don't need to open the wound again.
I've broken your heart. I'm sorry, I was born useless. I had no control over that. Magic isn't everything.
Magic.
It's fuck all. I've seen people do things you wish you could do with magic.
I can do everything with magic.
Oh yeah? Yeah? Then where's mom?
You know what happened.
Yeah,
Don't bring your mother here.
No,
Not now. Not in front of these strangers.
Magic
Don't
can do
use her name like that.
Magic can do everything
He slaps
except
his-
treat us as a family.
He slams his hands on the table.
Goodbye.
Enough! Out!
I'm
Guards!
just get up and I just walk out. I kick the basin over as I walk out. Fucking useless.
Did he seem truthful?
Oh, this was genuine, yes.
No, before when I was speaking to him because I didn't want to stop him.
Yeah, he was genuine about what he knows. He doesn't care about the cult. It's what he knows. It's what he's been hearing, and that's the best that he could recall. Yeah.
Okay.
As you were issued out of, well, castle, palace, whatever you want to call it, the two guards kind of wait on Rowan to. Shall we?
Let's go.
Yeah. And they march you off. They try not to make it too obvious that they're marching you out of the city, not to get too much attention, but they're keeping an eye on you.
As we walk away from the palace, I turn towards Thorfen and I tell him, now I understand why he is all the time seeking for approval of his father and he has all this daddy issue. His father is a real fucking asshole.
Like son?
Well, to be honest, I didn't like him very much since the beginning. But now meeting him father, he seems a pretty nice guy compared to his father.
As
I
you
started
turn-
liking him a bit more.
As you turn a blind spot like into a two-way alleyway, there's a figure hooded waiting at the end. The guards don't take notice of him at first, but as they're approaching him too close and he doesn't make a slight movement, it's like, sir, please move. We need to escort them. He immediately goes to sleep, and these two guards just collapse, both of them. takes the hood off, and the same person who was with the king earlier approaches you.
Great.
As you gather the following.
You know this guy?
Who are you?
I come with many names, but it is one that matters.
Can I cast Charm Person on this guy?
Do whatever you want.
Straight up.
Like, as he's talking, just Charm Person. Wisdom 14, safe from you.
Alright. So that is 15. Just about. He realizes what you're trying to do, and he, like, through the spell weave itself, kind of gets it and throws it back at you.
Alright.
Not today, as I said.
I'm going to use my portent for you and make your roll a 16.
Dope. 16.
16 plus your.
So what actually happens?
Plus my saving.
Like
so
roleplay wise?
Essentially, I move next to him and guide his hand into negating the magic that is coming towards him.
My hand or his?
His hand.
Alright. Cool. So it's kind of cancels out. I'm not here to fight.
Neither am I. I just wanted to make a friend.
I'm not here for a confrontation unnecessary. There's a reason why I chose this alley. You.
What about?
You have information we need.
And who are you that you are we?
What information is
I
this?
believe this might trigger your memory as he kind of tries something on odds. I need you to give me a will save of 15.
Plus 3.
That's 10 plus 3, 13.
An old version of you starts to find surface. And sort of like, you can't hear the voice at all, but you kind of, you know how you have, when you kind of recall memories, you start making the voices up in your head, you know, just to replay them. That's what's kind of happening as you kind of reach for the crystal and bring it out.
You still had that?
Sure. Yeah.
Can I grab his hand? I'm gonna try and grab his hand.
And I'm going to try
I'm going
and
to
knock
try
the
and grab the
crystal away.
I'm also trying to grab the
No,
crystal.
no, no.
No,
He's
he's
you're fighting.
fighting
This is his
against-
using your will against you, basically.
I'm watching this in the
Did you try to take it?
Yes.
I'm not gonna let him take it.
No, okay.
No, not Ennis,
So
for sure.
it's a grapple, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Contest it.
So Dex.
Do we
Strength,
both
I think
contest
so.
against him?
You could contest, yeah.
Okay.
So
Just don't break his arm.
So I'm trying to move it out of the way.
You're trying to hold back, yeah, from this thing being taken from you from two sides.
So
Okay.
would that be sleight of hand?
No, it's simply a strength check to take to
Okay.
keep it.
check. So I have 14.
I have a 7.
I have a 10.
So I
Yes.
slashed away.
As you're trying to resist the strongest of the two, you realize that you're resisting one direction, which is in favor of Ennis, and he just takes it away. I need to remind you your place, Warforge. Or shall I call you E37?
That designation no longer exists.
Really? Well, that's interesting. At least I think you're E37.
I'm gonna step in front of Cranked and just like, what do you want? hand resting
You-
on my short sword, my long sword.
Need to convince your friend there. Who's left of the Watchers?
Us.
You're recruiting again.
No. We're the
You
Watchers.
don't speak for that one.
You don't speak for me.
Well, I can make you,
You can
not
try.
speak as he tries to morph your face with no lips. Okay. Jesus Christ. 21.
Hold on. Oh, that's too far down. I'm pretty sure my mouth's just going to be mild shut. Just want to see. It won't let me see what it is. Yeah, I suppose my mouth just goes.
So you see his lips disappear and his whole mouth has been sealed by skin. You can see it's tight enough that you can see as he tries to not, talk. You see the structure of his teeth going up and down.
Would I have done a saving throw?
You could, yes, do a saving
I
throw.
was just double checking because I get advantage against saving throws if he's within 5 feet of me.
He is not within 5
Then
feet.
I just get the one attempt.
+3.
Yeah, it's a 3, sorry. Oh.
For someone that says he's not here for a confrontation, you are using a lot of
I am
magic.
being confronted. I want to understand the nature of what's going on. I thought we got rid of all of you.
Well,
The head was not enough.
it seems like you left some remnants behind, and you took out the body, but I don't think you took out the head.
You're smarter than you look. So what's this? Is going to be withering cult against your what? 7.
Currently 7, it seems, but it seems that a number of us have some beef against you, so
Really? Let me tell good moonchild here then that we have the item you're looking for. As he kind of out of thin air waves the book.
I make 2 steps towards it.
I need you to choose a side. Go through it.
I need you to choose if you want to walk away from here.
I could just disappear as quick as this. And disappears the book. Thin air. I'll tell you what. Good mouth shutter there, sending you out of the city. I'm going to give you a bit of time when it's convenient for me to meet at the Sylvanus. Yes, that's where we'll meet. Not too far from here, not too shabby, you don't have to travel too far. Discuss it amongst yourselves, yeah?
What do you want?
I just don't want the Watchers to come back. By orders, obviously, by your old friends, Azazel. You've had a choice. Your mother and father cry you every day.
I'm sure they do.
As he's speaking, you have a backpack, right?
Mhm.
How sensitive are you to your backpack? Give me a perception check.
That's 15 plus. Give me a second.
Sure.
Perception is +1, so that's 16.
16. You do feel something in your back moved.
I'm going to just turn away a bit and
In the meantime,
take a look.
it's a date. As he kind of just swifts into smoke in front of you. Your lips obviously turn back as if you were saying something.
No, fuck.
I like to more with the thing.
Or just punches a wall at this point.
As you look into your backpack,
Yeah.
the scroll Beaky gave you
Hmm.
has unlocked.
I am going to pull it out and take a look.
There's nothing on the parchment, excluding for the first 3 words. It has been said.
Mm,
4
What-
words, sorry. I'm counting it in my head. Okay.
didn't do.
It has been said.
Okay.
Have I ever seen anything like? Do I have any idea what's going on with the scroll?
I don't know. What do you think is going on with the scroll? Like, genuinely.
I feel so confused. Who? I think Moonchild is the other main magic user. So I'm gonna. Well, correct, no offense, is not really in a good place right now. I'm gonna go over to Moonchild and say, have you ever seen anything like this?
Just these 4 words, nothing else.
So it's not like a cross, it's like in the beginning, like trying to form a sentence, but the rest is blank.
Okay.
Just to
Well, have I ever seen anything like that?
You've seen this once in the past.
Okay.
This is basically what druids have to go through to know if they have passed their trial of Luna and all this stuff.
Okay.
Something similar was done, you know, to fully grasp. You know,
Okay.
this the fact that it's unlocked for you means she's begun her journey.
Okay. So it's like one step
Yes.
in a
The
direction.
rest will start to reveal itself the more she moves along this path. That's your information.
Where did you got this from?
A friend.
A friend. Your friend set you on a path. Seems to me.
She encouraged me. She gave me this gift. We had to part ways. But it's been locked ever since. I've never managed to open it.
Well, you know, for how much you cannot believe this from what you said before in the jails. You do think that what is upon us in the stars, wishing upon a star, is just a way of coping with the reality and the fears of people. But the reality is that you can read things into the stars. The druid from my tribe, the druid from my people, they all read things into the stars. And your friend maybe saw something. That is why she put you on this road towards something. This is only the first step that you are taking, but this is unlocking. You are perhaps going in the right direction. And I hand her back the scroll.
As you finish your speech, ironic timing would be that the guards were like, they quickly get on their feet like, is everyone okay? Rowan?
Yes.
Is everything okay?
Yes.
We
It
gotta
is
get you
very
out of here
important that you
fast.
are here.
Magic.
And we're going in for another break. And we're back from break, and our dear adventurers are still being led out of the city. However, the incident that just happened, I believe, requires some discussion between you guys.
As soon as the cultist disappears, Augau starts shouting, and turns towards all of them. Where can we find him? I need that book now.
Good fucking question.
I mean, he did say he'd be in Sylvanus, which is the town about half a day's walk, I think. Day's walk maybe. Just sort of. We passed by it.
He meant now, I think.
Yeah, at Sylvanus. The dude's a magician. He's probably there already.
Then
Yeah, that makes sense.
then that is where we are
And
going.
he made my mouth disappear. Like,
You know the fates around here. What fate is he a part of? Where's this fucking church?
he said he was with the flower cult that you guys are.
Yes.
No, but
the cult that
The
he
withering
said.
cult.
they're not using that name here, right?
Be honest, you met my dad. You saw how he talked about faith. That shit wasn't allowed near us.
Oh.
Yeah, he tried to push the magical shit, and I wasn't good at that either. So yeah, I'm basically useless unless it's swinging a sword, taking a punch, or cleaning up after shit.
You forget
Okay.
one thing, sir.
Fine.
You're very good at pissing people off.
That's a particular skill I picked up.
Yeah.
I am pretty pissed off right now. Do you know how to get there? To this town that he said?
We passed it on the way in. It was the town just to the left at the split. Yeah, I know the way.
Then bring us there. We need to find this man. I need to crush his skull.
I mean, he made my mouth disappear. You can try to crush his skull. Hate to see that happen, but we can try things, I suppose.
Before we do that, maybe let us interrogate him first.
How about you crush his legs first, and then like slowly work your way up?
Better.
I like that plan. Come on, big guy.
And the sun's getting real. Okay. The gods are awake, right?
Well, they're leading you
Yeah.
out still, so you're talking and walking.
Okay, great. They weren't part of the group I trained with, by the way. We're not as useless as them.
I hope so.
Oh, so do I.
Because these guys aren't really. They're not to be trifled with.
They're the inner castle guards. They don't really see much. They just have to stand around and look pretty most of the time.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, they have worked hard to get there. I think. I mean, I know his dad paid for his position. His mum sucked for his.
Interjection.
Did they not say
The
anything?
king is guarded by incompetence.
I mean,
No.
if you're
no,
trying to see
just
what
the
their expressions are
general
like,
outside.
they're
Yeah.
really holding back from saying something. They just need to get you out, and they don't want to cause any
Yeah,
more
no,
commotion.
the guards that. So you know the two guards that were standing by Dad at
Yeah.
dinner. Yeah, those are the important ones. Those are the good ones. You know, these two wish they could be like that.
What was wrong with you? And you? What was he doing to the both of you? What is that thing you were holding to?
Yeah,
Yeah, about that.
Yeah, where
Well.
is it?
yeah. Come on, what is
Cover
it?
it up.
Show us. Let us see it.
Yeah.
I'll hold it up. I'm keeping it.
Mage hand.
It's in my
As soon as he
it's-
holds it up.
So, from what I can tell.
He still thinks he's holding it, so don't worry.
Okay. From what I can tell, it's related to. Not exactly sure. It's related to the dark magic. Which is why I don't want you holding it, especially.
Why he cannot hold it?
That's a long story, man. It's
Well,
a long and dark story.
it doesn't seem like we have anything better to do, Red Boy.
Maybe after the guards are not in earshot, because it's kind of personal. Merrin, and I move the mage hand. Flip.
And
I just want to look at it closer.
sorry, Rowan. Some things you have to earn.
Such things
Later.
are
We'll talk about that later.
dangerous.
Yeah. Let's hope we don't get what happened last time.
What's happening to you, man?
you what's happening to me.
I've heard tales of
You wanted it, but you had no reason
mystical
to want it.
jewelry that turns people
Fine.
mad.
Fine.
Wait, what
know
did you
how
say?
I feel.
Hold on, wait. Rowan said something. What did you say?
Oh, during my useful studies of magic, I learned about mystical pieces of jewelry and gemstones and stuff like that with dark magic on them. That drove people mad, made them do crazy shit. I remember there was one well-documented story. This guy lost all his hair, became like a hunchback, started talking about himself in the third person. Fucking mental.
Odd at this point is just shifting uncontrollably. So uncomfortable. It's like averting his gaze the whole time.
Do you remember anything about the magic?
Other than it was labeled as dark magic, which always got a scoff out of father. It was
Have you ever
complicated
heard?
spells and shit like that.
Have you ever heard of corruption?
Oh, I've seen it in action. You met my dad. You meant like magical corrupt? No.
Corrupted items?
Unless you're
Corrupted
talking about the
people.
mayors. No.
Yeah.
How is this important to what we are doing?
It is all connected.
Well, perhaps we need to stop holding secret to each other and share the information that you have, as there seems to be some sort of cult that is after us.
Yeah, Mister, I want a special book I have not told
I
you
mean,
I have told you about when we were on the tree. That is the book I was looking for. That guy has it, and I need it.
about. But
Why do you need it?
why?
I need to save my people.
That's a very good reason.
he's actually
Yes.
very quite open.
That sounds like another story we should be sharing.
He's very quite open about the book.
Yeah, but not about why he needs it.
He just said to say, I mean, there could have been other things like why he killed the village, but no, we'll go for the book.
We have already done
I
that
mean,
to death. It
but-
was an accident.
No, I know
Rowan.
that was an accident. I'm talking about why did he think the book was in that temple? Or didn't he? Aren't you also looking for other things besides the book?
Well, the book has the information that I need to find something else.
Oh, another mystery.
I do not know what it is.
Fine.
That is
We're
why
gonna
I need
leave
the
you
book.
to, well, 7, grumble amongst yourselves. We need to watch you leave now, as you realize you're actually at the gate.
Oh shit, that was a quick walk.
Is this the guy that his mom sucked?
No, this is Daddy's boy.
Ah, Daddy's boy. Okay. Thank you, Daddy's boy, for your escort. You were very useful.
You're welcome.
You look like you had a good nap.
Clarification. They are mocking you.
I'm quite surprised you can actually perceive that.
Oh, don't trot shit to Cranks.
Good
You're
one.
worse than
Good one,
him.
Cranks.
At least he can put up a fight.
Alright,
He is pretty smart, to be honest.
leave unnecessary banter and just make your way to wherever you need to go.
No, you're right. I think everyone, if you guys lead off, I'll join you in a bit. In return, I was like, I'm sorry, guys. I know you guys work hard. I'm sorry.
I don't get it why you keep doing this all the time.
Because it's fun for me. You should
Yes,
know
but
that by now.
you're just pretty much being like your dad.
Fucking low blow.
It's true. We liked you back in the day. I don't know what happened, but we liked
It's weird. I don't know. How did you like me? I didn't even like myself. I
you.
struggle
Got
with it
issues,
now.
man. You gotta work on your issues.
Fucking tell me about it. Jesus.
Go.
Alright, I'm going. Go on.
You have a lot of issues.
I've been told. I've been told.
So where are we going, son of the king?
Ah! My official title. What we're going to do is we're going to walk 5 minutes down that way, hook a left, and we're just going to go to bed. There's a shack, a cabin that I use when I run away from home. It's not seen use for a while now, but there was a bed or two in there, last memory. And then in the morning, we'll travel to town.
What time is it now?
Well, it's getting late. It's not dark yet, but the sun is starting to actually descend. So
He said we have a few days to get there.
Oh, it's not that long. No, it's half a day's journey.
No, I mean the cultist.
So the
he
cultist is
said
giving you
he's gonna give us a couple of days to.
talk amongst yourself to see what you're gonna do.
It's a cool shack.
Well, I guess
Got
we
a
can
skyline.
rest there for the night and then move on in the morning.
Yeah, and have a good talk.
Sounds like
A
a
good
plan.
talk.
Seems like it.
So I'm going to lead them to my runaway shack, and the skylight is just off.
All right. Do you keep discussing while you get to the shop?
Yeah, I mean we can walk and talk.
So,
pretty
what,
much.
what do you need to save your tribe from?
Well, you see, I do not know if you noticed, but I get pretty pissed off when people call me a giant.
Child or a child killer?
No, a giant.
Oh, a giant.
Giant.
That's on me.
Yes, you know, the
Yeah.
very big people.
I know what a
Scary.
giant is.
Yes, that is what I need to protect my people from.
Oh, sick. Well, not. That just sounds like a mess.
It is.
Yeah.
They use my people like slaves. And it is
Question.
not nice.
You say you are angry when they call you a giant. Do you not get angry when they call you child killer as well?
Well, this is the thing. I am not a child killer. Neither I am a giant, but people just see someone very big and they assume it's a giant. Also, one accident, it's not enough to give someone such a name. You know, names for my people are very important. That is why my name is Moonchild, because I am child of the moon. No one in my tribe is like me. And he takes off the pelt that he has as a vest on top of him. And you can see that some of the white lines that cover his entire body, they match all together in the back of his, on his back actually, and they form the shape of a full moon.
Is this a tattoo? I'm just curious.
No, it is not a tattoo. It's a natural.
Oh, wow, alright.
Because
you're born
Goliath
with this.
naturally have white stripes. They have grayish skin, the color of stone,
Yeah.
and then they have white
Interesting.
stripes that go down their entire body, forming like some sort of loose geometric patterns.
Mm-hmm.
But he's the only one who is born with this circular mark that resembles loosely a moon.
That's impressive.
That is why my name is Moonchild. The Moonchild is has to be some sort of freedom bringer for our people, and my tribe believes that I am the Moonchild. They've been let go in the lowlands for bringing whatever it is that will keep the giants at bay and will allow freedom to my people. That is why it is so important for me to find that book. It is all that matters for me. You seem very nice people, but my tribe is all that matters for me. So if you can help me to get my hands on that book, I would help you in whatever you may need to defeat this cult. If the only way to get to that book is through this cult, then we should destroy them.
I agree.
I definitely agree.
How did you find out about the book?
Well, it is in one of our many legends. You see, the guardians of our people, they are soldiers and musicians. They sing to the stars. And one of our legends talks about the Moonchild, the one who will free the Golka, my people, the Goliaths, from the giants. They use us as slaves. They give us the least important tasks that they need to be done, and they do not want to do themselves. They come to our tribes and they steal our huntings, our food, our craft. It has been like this for centuries. actually. And now that a moonchild is born, they let me go in order to find whatever it is that will defeat these giants and bring freedom to my people.
But the book was in the legend.
Yes. The book of knowledge that holds the knowledge of what is that will destroy these giants.
What if the cult doesn't really have the book?
You have seen it.
Mm.
He has it in his hands.
They're very deceptive.
Well, they have also killed all the Watchers. So the Watchers were the one that had the book. Maybe they took the book from them.
Maybe the Watchers don't have the book.
Well, this is the only lead I have at the moment. So
What I'm asking is, will you still help us if they don't have the book?
well, if you can help me to find a better lead to the book, we can help each other.
That makes sense.
But in Golka we say, hunt the herd one at a time.
Mm-hmm.
It means face one problem at a time. Let's first go to this town and crush the skull of this man.
I like the sound of
And
that.
if he doesn't have the book, then from there we will see what we can do.
Now, you just seem really useful, and I wouldn't want to, lose you halfway.
Thank you.
It's okay.
I appreciate it, Red Boy.
It's okay. Moonchild, Odd has been fighting the urge to not call him child killer. Moonchild.
I appreciate it.
As the guys were going to walk up to lean over to her, I was like, it wasn't just me. Like, you thought he was going to start glowing too, right? Like in the moonlight.
What?
I was expecting him to like start glowing. I mean, the now I feel like shit for expecting that.
Maybe when he gets the book.
Oh shit, yeah, maybe.
Let's keep that thought.
I mean, yeah. I just kind of want to see something glow, to be honest. It's been a while.
Cast thaumaturgy and make my eyes glow.
No, that's fucking terrifying. No, I was like, no, I regret this so much. I'm just gonna fight into her head. No, that's fucked up.
Whoever who walks next to a cast thaumaturgy and make their eyes
God
glow.
damn it, it's fucking following me now. I'm gonna throw a stone at you. Fuck off.
Ow.
Yeah.
Come on. Chill.
Would you guys say you're close to the shack now?
Yeah, probably after that. Welcome to Casa de la Runaway. It's a beautiful place. It's one floor with a hole in the roof that I called John. Sometimes it was the only thing I could talk to.
Can we just talk a minute about how you ran away so often you had a runaway shack?
I mean, I called it running away. My dad called it an episode. And let's be honest, I thought I could get away. But I'm fairly certain there was at least 2 guards who knew exactly where I was at any time.
So you were like kind of taking a break.
Oh no, I thought I was running away and like managing to sneak out. So, like I thought I was like just like a ghost and shit, man. But now I think back on it, there was a lot of time doors just happened to be unlocked. So I don't know how good I really was. But
As you're speaking, you feel the earth beneath you tremble, and it's getting more and more violent. The shack is starting to kind of creak and shake, and it comes back down.
Do not look at me. It was not.
That's just fucking instantly just.
I didn't do anything this time. Okay.
John, you okay, buddy? I can walk up to the shack and push the door open and just look around.
A few things fell off from wherever they were, like if you had any ornaments.
I'm gonna walk over to there was a little shelf area. I'm just gonna walk over and just pick up a family picture and just. Okay, you're fine.
Are tremors a common occurrence in this area?
Not really. So that was creepy.
Well,
I think it's bedtime. It's we I think we need a rest. It's been a long few days, right?
before we go to bed, and you feel so ready to make confessions about yourself, can we finally speak about the dream that we all shared. I think we have skipped that a little bit, and someone was a little bit in a denial.
I have a dream.
Oh, come on, man.
Don't admit it.
Come on.
It's like the eye glowing thing. It's creepy.
I'll do it again if you don't admit it.
I don't know.
Do you want me to turn into a spider?
Dreams with no. That's the fucking last thing I want you to do.
So, please, can you admit that we all saw the same things? All of us.
There may or may not have been a dream at which we were involved in.
Very well.
I'm thinking.
It was fucked up though, right?
Yeah.
It was, right?
It was.
Okay.
It could be the apocalypse that the Withering Cult are looking for.
What do you mean, like that whole spiel about people coming back because they've been selected and...
Yeah.
But why us?
Well,
why did you guys get greeted with a severed head?
it may be written in the stars. That is why we are all together. We have something to accomplish.
Could be our future.
Oh, that's a
Perhaps.
terrifying thought. That's a dark future. I don't think I want that future.
Well, we have to do whatever we can to stop it, eh?
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Cool.
Do you remember that night? The one that destroyed the demon, the monster?
What you mean?
You saw it.
Yes.
We were there.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I
Does
saw...
any of you have ever seen him before?
None of them saw. They were all dead.
The last thing I remember seeing is you turn into a spider,
Yes.
a talking bull, and a guy charging, and then everything went black.
Yeah, that was a big blast.
Can
Very big
Ennis, Odd, and Mer give me a history check, please?
Okay.
Natural 20.
Let's go.
Yeah.
I have a 10.
Just start a nat 20 counter. Just...
Total of
23.
nice.
History, plus 4. So, 22.
Nice.
So Ennis, you're trying to recall the dream. So for some reason you have a different version to what they're saying, that you feel deep within that you fought for the demon.
Okay.
That's your feeling. For Odd and Merrin, the figure that you seen, you have recollection of him. You've seen him before. Despite that he was wearing blue at the time, the last time you've seen him was in red. Merrin has the full recollection of this because you've seen him at the tavern in Brokewood that came to communicate in fire. And you remember him that well simply because since you were the last ones there in the dream, you've actually seen him close up. And immediately you made the connection. That's the same person who came to talk to you at Brokewood. And I give you that information. There you go.
The one that came out from Fireplace?
Yeah, from Fireplace, remember? And he managed to reverse time for a split second.
Yeah, and then there's like the spider, and then a brain thing, and...
As this memory comes to you, Merrin, you hear...
Do we hear it as well?
give me a perception check. I know Merrin definitely heard it, because...
The other end of the spectrum. Not
14.
just reminding you, I have a 23 passive perception. Do I need to roll?
No, you're a druid as well. You hear in the distance.
Does it seem to be an animal or someone?
Sounds like a bird.
Okay.
You heard that too?
Yes.
Yeah, what?
What was that?
Sounds like a bird call.
At this time of night?
Well, there are nocturnal birds, but it may be someone that is very good at doing animal sounds. Can I try and replicate the sound? Would that be? I don't know if it's animal. I don't know if it's animal handling or performance.
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 Because you're going to try to
Not sure.
imitate.
Okay, not bad, not bad. Total is 17, 16 plus 1.
Alright, try to make the sound. Can you whistle?
All eyes on
Yeah,
him.
just close. Yeah, I would say it's close.
So I put my hands like this.
Are you guys okay? I feel like I'm watching a bad trip.
I'm going to go outside and take a look, because between the earthquake has left me a bit more shaken. Pun not intended.
You say I act weird, but his name is Odd, and they're doing this.
You know what, Crank? You're right. There's.
He has a point.
Yeah, you know, I think we're all just weird.
Plausible.
Yeah.
I do not know what you're talking about. I am perfectly normal. And I walk out doing.
You're walking out doing that, okay?
Yeah,
I
I'm
follow-
following. I'm following the man.
Okay. Do we get a lead to it, or part of me's scared of what they're about to summon?
Yeah, let's follow.
When people do weird shit, bad shit happens normally, right? It's not just a personal experience.
What's your perception?
Yeah,
Someone's
we need to follow
experience.
it. Let's go. I'm gonna follow out my shield sword, just like ready, like oh shit.
Can I try to give him a fright?
Passive is only
Show your
11.
eyes again.
11.
No, sorry, the passive perception 11.
So what you do see with your perception looking out
Spider.
is a silhouette of a man with his arms stretched, and there is a bird figure in the darkness. There's no real lighting. The moon isn't out tonight, but this is kind of the silhouette in the dark that you can see. As he's making his sounds to attract whatever it is, you see two glow eyes look at you from this bird and then just fly off.
Hello? I'll do towards the person who's still standing there.
The closer you get, you realize that your eyes have been playing tricks in the dark. As much as it looked like a silhouette of a man, it's actually a broken down tree, possibly struck by lightning.
As they get closer, I would like to cause dancing lights and throw the three in the air around to so that we can actually see.
So the area is pretty much lit at this point thanks to your magic. So yeah, the tree is very visible. You've seen it there before.
Yeah.
You've heard.
So high strung though, it's like it's suddenly like
It has a funny story. Does it have a funny story to it, Ram? That tree.
it's old Jenny. It was I used to have a swing that would just chill on branches, but there was a lightning storm. I decided to go on the swing during the storm. That's how I learned that I did have people watching me when I ran away, because holy shit, I have never been spear tackled harder. Yeah, but it was a good thing, because as I hit the ground, tree was like that.
The bird is nowhere to be seen, by the way.
The bird flew away.
Moonchild, does anything seem
Good Jenny.
strange to you?
You still have your backpack on you?
Yeah.
You hear
Imitate you, go up to the tree.
inside
Good
your
Jenny.
backpack.
Just pull out the scroll and take another look.
4 new words come onto it. The true illusion is.
This makes no sense. I hate it.
Magic is weird. Where did I put it? There it is. Anyone want a drink? That's just popped up.
Talk about props.
Anyone? It's
Are you drunk already?
no.
Odd holds up a cup.
Yeah.
There you go.
I have a plan too.
There you go. There you go. Enjoy. It's a few years old by now, but
What is it?
What else appeared on
it
your
was apple juice.
on your scroll, Mary? What does it say?
It has been said, was it the true illusion is?
The true illusion is, yes.
The true illusion is. I don't know what it means. I've been studying illusion for years and I've never heard of this, and all my magic has always come from studying and from books and from sitting down for hours and learning, and this mysterious stuff makes no sense to me, and I have never understood the magic that druids have. I mean, the warlocks I can understand, clerics I can understand, they have their gods and he gives them stuff and they don't have to study, but druids, I don't know, I have no idea what's going on. And
Well, that seemed a little bit like an illusion. It looked like a man and a bird, and then in reality it was not. Perhaps it's all part of unlocking this knowledge that you need.
But what is this? And what is a true illusion? An illusion doesn't exist, so how can you even have a true illusion?
I guess we will have to find out.
This is so frustrating.
Confusion.
Yes.
You say an illusion does not exist,
Well, that's the point, yeah.
but a lie exists even though it is false.
Oh, no, I'm going to get a headache.
Crack, buddy boy. I think it's. I don't think we're mentally prepared for those kind of things at this
I
point.
like the metal boy. It
I
doesn't
see
make
where you're
sense,
coming
but I like
from. I just don't think we're ready for it.
Whether you are ready for it or not, it is reality. It exists.
That's right.
Also, we have all seen your illusion. Your illusion is somehow real.
It's meant to be a non-real reality.
I mean,
So you have just answered yourself.
I still don't know what I mean.
I think you're thinking too much.
Yeah. Should we get inside and
Yes.
perhaps
have a drink.
Yes. Yeah, thank you. And Merrin just giggles the rest of the evening.
it's not good?
Okay, give it to me.
This is the greatest.
2-year-old apple juice.
No, it's not 2 years at this point. This is 6.
What is that exactly?
It was 6 years. 6 years ago, it was apple juice.
Oh,
Oh god.
so it is fermented.
It's probably like a cider at this point. Maybe a bit on the harsher side.
Is it good?
I don't think that's how cider is made.
It's fine.
I'm not
I've had
questioning
worse.
it.
Do you get a buzz?
Not really.
It's hard to give me a buzz.
This is pretty delicious.
I like it.
It is pretty delicious.
Okay. It's not good, is it? It's just like,
No, but it's not bad either.
It has a bit of a strong aftertaste, but I mean. So, what do we need to expect from this cult? Have you met them before? Do you know how they fight, what they do, if they have a particular interest in certain things?
Other than decapitating people,
Well, yes.
they
would
like
be nice, yeah.
they like playing with people's minds. They like to take control, ruin everything you have.
But why are they after you? And you as well?
Well,
Well, from my end, it seems that they're after the Watchers, and like has been, I suppose, has been mentioned previously, these three seem to be what seems to be the remnants of the Watchers Guild. But when it comes to the Watchers, my village is, what do you say?
Are you the guys who watch the Watchers?
Yeah, you could say that. Or
Doesn't
Yeah.
sound like you did a good job though.
but it's not. It's not like we watch the Watchers. It's more like the Watchers stemmed from us. So we birthed the Watchers.
Okay.
Then
Okay.
But Thorfen, I can't understand what he wants from you, because he's offering something really significant. He's offering the Tome of Knowledge, which the Golka have had in their legends for a very, very long time. That's a really powerful thing. But if he just wants to know if there are watchers, we already told him that there are. He seems to be after something else.
He wants no watchers, and there's you, and then there's us, and our job is the same job that you had. You as watchers, what you are doing should have been literally watching out for the happenings across the entire the entire place, both from Aegis to the other side, and you should be taking care of any issues that arise secretly, as the king mentioned. The watchers are there's something of legend, of lore.
Fairy tale.
Well,
I mean,
we
some
exist.
say fairy tale.
They exist. We exist, and our job is to protect and take care of the issues that arise before they arise.
In secret,
In
basically.
secret, yes, and
Like secret police.
you could say that.
You stop stuff happening before it becomes a problem.
Yes, and with the Withering Cult, that is something that I am particularly looking into, in the sense that there seems to be something issues with, like they mentioned, the corruption, and we were looking at Ismail, who's looking after that, looking into that issues. Then you said he died. He was found dead.
Oh,
Mentioned.
yes, he was turned into a mushroom basically at the point. Fungus. It was a weird corruption thing, and then he came back, still dead, in the headquarters, right? Yeah, that was him. Yeah,
And it's
the
this
worst.
Withering Cult with the
Horrible
apocalypse
smell.
that they're bringing, and the rising from the dead that was mentioned. It seems that as a cult, they're into summoning rather than reviving, or you could say it's reviving, but reviving stuff from the 9 hells, some powerful demons.
Oh.
So,
Yeah, doesn't
stuff
sound
you
good.
don't want to get summoned back.
Doesn't sound good. No.
Stuff like the one that we saw in the dream.
You could say that something in the dream. I don't quite recall the demon there, but they did. Big, but then there's big, and then there's big.
Well, that was pretty
There was
big.
base to that. Damn.
Another earthquake.
Yeah, so thereafter a demon, which is, if I recall, was called Orcus, and he's quite up there when you go in the demon scale. Not present, not something you want back.
Sounds mean.
Quite.
But still, what do they want from you?
Same thing
Just
they want from you. They don't
just
want us
end
to
it.
interfere.
Yes.
They don't us doing what we do.
Well,
Just-
they think they can give us the book in return for us going away?
Well,
Can't we
They
just say
want
we're not
the
gonna
book to
interfere?
him.
I believe he just wanted me to turn against the rest of you.
Yeah.
That is the feeling I had.
But why is he meeting with all of us then, and not just with you?
Well,
He was meeting not with him. Alcow is with you,
Sorry.
who are with me,
That was ominous.
and he was there to meet up with, you could say, the 4 of us, or the 3 of you and me, in the sense that he doesn't want us interfering. Alcow is nothing to him.
But he thinks he's going to use Alcow to attack us and kill us?
He can use maybe him to
Yeah.
interfere with us, to
Because
bribe.
that book
perhaps,
is such a very important and expensive, precious thing. He must be expecting something very, very big.
Well,
Well, they've got
it
what
is
they
for
want.
me. I do not know what can be the value for
No
the
one
rest
gives
of it.
anything for nothing.
No, what I believe he was trying to do, it was like to plant a seed to turn us against each other. Perhaps I don't know how he has the knowledge that I want that book, but he used it once he has it to try to turn me against the rest of you.
This
The Wooden
makes-
cult is vast.
It makes a lot of sense. They try to turn us, to join them after our encounter with them.
that is
Why
what
wouldn't
they do. That is what they do. As they did to my people.
Your
As they will do again and again and again. They do not stop. They do not ever give up. All they care about are their end goals, and they will never, ever change that. And this is the scars they will leave. And you see that he pulls his jacket away, and where the chest plate would be, it's caved in and destroyed, and you can see what should be the core with cracks going through it, and in the cracks you see what appears to be that gem.
Oh, now I feel bad.
Jesus.
That is what they did to the other creatures like you in the cell.
Yes.
So you were changed as well? So
We were betrayed. And then I woke up in a dungeon. There is no other word for it. And I remember pain. I remember trying to scream, but being unable to. I remember them reaching into me. And then I was outside again. I was under the sun again. So I ran. And I have never stopped running.
now you're running towards them.
I am following my commanding officer.
What does the gem do to you? What did it do to you?
I was a scout unit. Now you have seen that I can respond to some things quicker than you would think. I get flashes of what might be.
You can see into the future.
Not see as such, but I can change the outcome to something that I find more favorable.
What?
That is beautiful. You can rewrite what is already written. It is pretty badass.
It is also very dangerous.
I mean,
Well, what they have done to you seems pretty awful. I guess there is more than one person in this group that has some issues to deal with this cult. What about you, Red Boy? How can he decide for you? How can he control your mind so easily? What happened to you?
Well, most of my life, I was actually controlled by them. They was just 10 years old. I woke up 10 years later, basically in a ditch, no recollection of what happened. At this point, Odd is just so uncomfortable. He's pacing around the room, trying to avoid eye contact with everyone. They sent Mortos to this circus I found refuge in. It's,
As you're speaking, and you can continue after this, you feel that stronger and louder. Here.
he sent Mortos. He's the leader of the Scot. They made me. He made me murder him, basically. He awoken something in me. I ran away. Just every time I meet with them, they manage to do it again and again and again. They took my parents. They convinced my parents to join them. I have nothing left. Apart from you guys. You can see like a small tear coming out from his eyes. He looks to Merrin, to Ennis.
I don't look back, and I rush out of the room.
Perhaps our friend who can rewrite what is already written into your destiny. He can help you with this. We will look out for you. This is what a war party, a hunting party does. Every and each one of them make sure that the others are on task, make sure that the others are safe.
On that note, anyone else want to know why Ennis just booked it?
Yeah. Thank you. Ennis!
He walks out.
I don't call back. So,
Follow behind him.
my thought is run out, get some headspace to think, and maybe communicate with this thing.
Before you're able to, something catches your eye in the distance. Some puff of red. And it's getting closer and closer and closer. The wind picks up. It's starting to get strong. You guys hear this too, and all of a sudden you realize that that puff of red is coming out from something up in the sky, yellowish, and all of a sudden the screech comes in the air as it flies over you, close by. Everything is shaking, the whole place is just baffled with the wind as a dragon flies over your heads. You hear a scribble. Make up fables. And we end the session here.
Oh shit.
Thank you very much for watching, everyone. I hope everyone enjoyed this. I don't know, revealing.
Fuck!
Don't forget, we'd like to thank firstly and foremost our sponsors, Temples and Dragons, for this lovely place where we are hosting our sessions this season, and also to Miniature Corridor Studio for their 3D printing. Find them out on Facebook to learn more. If you do like what you see, do follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and we also have a Patreon where everyone gets to look into the episodes uncut and you get other benefits such as our events and so forth. In the meantime, the next session, everyone, have a good one.
Bye.